Thank you, Dina. I'm Tom Whalen with Sean from the Frederick County Animal Control. And Sean, you got a leash full of doggy there this morning.
Yeah, but isn't she sweet?
She is something. She is.
I think she's a perfect ambassador for the breed. I think a lot of people, when they think of Pit Bull Terrier, they think of running around wild, they think of aggression, they think of all those things that aren't necessarily true. Any dog can have those negative behavior characteristics.
And she is a bona fide lover.
Yeah.
I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, and as Dina said, her color is beautiful. Pit Bull people usually call it blue, but it's more of like a steel gray.
Yes.
You had said Weinerheimer.
Okay.
It's that color, so she has just that dark color, and we have a nice soft pink collar on her that kind of accentuates that she's a girl, and I color coordinated her leash for her today. And
well, how nice of you. That Dina would appreciate that more than myself.
And the unfortunate part is she's a victim of someone not paying attention to their dogs. She came in with her sister, mother, Charlene, and what happens in Frederick County, if your animal runs at large more than 3 times in 6 months, it can be deemed potentially dangerous because it's a danger to people driving, kids on bikes, things like that get scared, whatever. So she ran at large more than 3 times in 6 months. She was about ready to be deemed potentially dangerous, so her owner decided to give her up. Now, being potentially dangerous doesn't necessarily affect her, but her owner would have stiffer guidelines for maintaining her on the property. If she's out of off the yard, has to be on a leash. There is a higher licensing fee, that kind of thing. So they chose to give her up instead of keep her and make it work and not let her run around.
And once again, just hearing those words, potentially dangerous, that reinforces the stereotype of pit bulls.
And it does. And it's not a designation just for pit bulls.
Sure,
It's for any dog.
Any animal,
yeah,
yes.
And there's 2 designations in Frederick County. There's potentially dangerous, and then there's dangerous dogs. So there's DD and PD, and the potentially dangerous is a lower level of designation.
This is a big animal. What do you think Lexi weighs?
She weighs about 70 pounds. So when I looked at her medical, it was 67, but she's probably up to about 70 now.
50 of that got to be head. I mean, she is a big, powerful dog.
Yeah, and they're solid. That's what I love about Pit Bull Terriers. They're solid dogs.
This is a very solid dog.
And they, when she's about 3 to 4, I didn't mention that, so she still has plenty of energy for someone who wants to have a dog to play with or run with, or kids that have energy, that kind of thing. But at the same time, she's at a good age where she can settle. She doesn't need that constant running around activity, so she's not getting into trouble. She settles really nice. As she did in here, she laid on the floor, sat beside me. For being 70 pounds, she actually walks fairly well on a leash. So,
oh, really?
Whoever did own her did take some time and taught her some good manners. So that is a benefit to whoever wants to adopt her.
And this is a full-grown pit bull terrier who came into the studio, and our webmaster Pat has petted her. Dina was all over. I saw people petting her in the hall.
Yep.
She came in here. Here's my voice. Sees all the lights.
Yep.
Beautiful, gentle sweetheart.
And I go on satellite events all the time. I was at Shockley Honda one week. I went to an art benefit this past weekend with her. Loves everybody. No negatives toward kids, older people, and then dogs. Loves other dogs. She has no problems with anybody. Seems to get along with whoever meets her.
And thanks for reminding me, Lexi is our Shockley Honda Pet of the Week. You can go to my Twitter page or my Facebook page and check this girl out. And she is absolutely gorgeous, as Dina said. And you have an event coming up this weekend.
We have a rabies clinic this Sunday. Maryland state law requires cats, dogs, and ferrets to be licensed. Rabies vaccinated. We are offering rabies vaccinations this Sunday from 1 to 4 for $8. You can have your pet microchipped for $15, and we register that microchip for you. And then it's $7.50 for a county license. And then if your animal isn't altered, it is $15. So this is a great way to get all that stuff done. You don't need an appointment. If you're bringing a cat, please have it in a carrier. If you're bringing a dog, please keep it on a leash. So,
and this is at the shelter?
At the shelter, 1832 Rosemont Avenue.
That's right at the corner of Rosemont and Monteview.
Yep, you got it.
And the entrance is on Rosemont.
The entrance is on Rosemont. That's correct.
And that's this Sunday. What are the times? From 1 till 4.
1 to 4, yep.
And this is a good time. I mean, it's the law.
Yeah.
Not everybody does this, do they? They think, it's never going to come up with me.
Well, and a lot of people don't know, Frederick County has the highest positive test for rabies in the state of Maryland. This year alone, we've already taken in 1 cat that was positive. and one dog, which rabies in dogs is extremely rare.
That's rare, isn't it?
Extremely rare.
This was a stray? I mean,
it was actually an owned dog.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. So, but all those other animals, you have to consider rabies, skunk, raccoons, skunk, foxes. They're all rabies vector animals, and if your animal's out and about, can get bitten, and if you don't see the wound, not vaccinated, that's potentially fatal.
Ferrets too.
Yep, ferrets are required by law as well.
Thanks for bringing Lexi by.
No problem.
She was a pleasure, man. Any day you can pet a dog or a cat is a good day.
Yeah.
Good for the soul.
That's right.
Here's Josh Turner on WL.